city where we governed with common sense, governing with public safety in mind. We used to put criminals in jail. We used to put mentally ill in inpatient treatment. Today, none of that is happening. Criminals are being released on the street. The mentally ill, the beds for them to be cared for have been closed, and they are now being put in the shelter system. That is why we have seen so many crimes taking place at shelters throughout the city, including, as Assemblyman Colton said, sexual abuse and rape, including stabbings, people being murdered, robberies, all sorts of criminal activity. And what the people in this community are saying is, we're not going to allow it to come here to Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. We're not going to accept a shelter in every corner of New York City. We need to make sure that dangerous people are in jail, that the mentally ill people are receiving treatment, and that, yes, we help the homeless, but it should be a temporary support, because we should be helping people transition out of the shelter system, which we used to do in this city, but not under the last two administrations. What they're doing now is warehousing individuals. They are compounding the problem. They're not helping people defeat their drug addiction, or to get mentally stable, or to get supportive housing to transition into permanent housing. They're not helping people anymore be trained so they can get a job, so they can support themselves. They're compounding the problem, and they're making it worse by saying, we're not just going to house individuals in New York City, we're going to house anybody who comes from anywhere in the country and anywhere in the world to New York City. We're going to warehouse them at the taxpayers' expense. It's billions of dollars that are being taken away from our schools, from our libraries, from the transportation system, from our streets being made safer, from police officers. The lowest level of police officers in New York City since 1990. 1990 was the last time we had this few police officers patrolling and keeping our city safe. Because they're sending all the money for these shelters. And my colleagues here are correct. It's going to developers, hotel owners, property owners, and guess what? When you do the math, media, please, do the math. You will see that we're talking, if you look at these shelter contracts, upwards of $11,000 per room per month. Think about that. Go look at some of the most lucrative contracts. In fact, I had a press conference right at this location exposing what a corrupt money scheme this is. It's all at our expense, the taxpaying citizens of our city. So thank you for being here. I continue to stand with all of you. And yes, it's nice once in a while to see bipartisanship, right? And so, take note of who is here today, because we do have Democrats, Republicans from the state level. We have Democrat councilwoman, and yes, I'm your Republican congresswoman, and we are working together, and we've stopped others. We've stopped other shelters in this congressional district. We actually got 2 of them recently closed as well. And so we're going to fight together to make sure that we defeat this, and we're going to send a strong message to City Hall that enough is enough. Stop warehousing people. Let's help people the right way, and let's also protect the taxpayers of our city. Thank you. God bless.